Masters Clash, Playday number 1, everybody. The Hardos against Team SoundLess. Now, before we talk about anything else, the first thing that I have to throw out here, because the question is definitely going to pop up a couple of times. Toyohisa on the side of the blue team is actually Hazorp. So what happened is that, well, this is the second series that we're playing on Playday number 1, and Hazu, his ARAM queue popped just as the previous series ended, and all of a sudden he found himself in an ARAM. So the only way to deal with that was apparently to leave and log in on a different account. I don't know if that's actually his Smurf alternate account or if he just got the account from one of his teammates. But yeah, either way, now we have him on that account. So yeah, Toyohisa is actually Hazorps, and very likely in Game 2 or Game 3, if he can, he is going to go back to his main account, just in case you guys are a little bit surprised by that. But either way, this is the first Playday, the Masters Clash, as the European Heroes of the Storm tournament heads into the regular season. It's going to be games played from here on out every Saturday and Sunday. We're going to have 2 best-of-5s. And, well, obviously those will end up on YouTube too. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that sub button over there if you haven't done it yet, and you're not going to miss out on any of the future action. Also, these are all best-of-5 matches, every single time, as I already said. And we're on Infernal Shrines for our first game of this best-of-5 series between the Hardos and Team SoundLess. As far as power levels go right now, the Hardos definitely one of the teams that is playing for the top spot. And they're going up against Team SoundLess, who are currently ranked roughly 5th, 6th in the standing. On a good day, they can definitely punch up into those top 4 a little bit. We got a double support ban already against Uther and Stukov, whereas on the other side, we have now bans for Sonya and Diva. Notice something? Medivh is up. We're on Infernal Shrines, and Medivh is still up for the taking. And, yep, Lucio gets locked in, and Leo. So, with Lucio, you already have the first hero that can at least control the portal a little bit. And this is gonna be a real interesting one. Because, are they gonna lock that one in now? They can play Hazu on Medivh with no problem whatsoever. Hogger was used as the first pick on Infernal Shrines. Doesn't really come as a shocker either, of course. Yeah, there's Varian and Chromie. Jesus. Bad Benny and his Varian. Seriously. I mean, at that point, you could have just reduced the draft and just always give him Varian right away. It doesn't make a difference anymore. Every time. Now they got Chromie and Varian. I suppose that the support is either going to be Malfurion or Deckard Cain. One of the two. Ah, well, to be fair, it could be Brightwing as well. You want to have something that has the option to CC someone. And, well, Malfurion has been played a little bit more lately. He's still not really back in the meta, I'd say, but he is starting to put his toe into the meta again. Deckard Cain, always kind of nice here too. If you want to play with Brightwing, you at least have a Polymorph as a follow-up, so there's that. Vala gets banned. And, yeah, now on Infernal Shrines, after that opening, what am I going to get from Team SoundLess? They've been practicing quite a bit. I mean, they've been scrimming. They also, in previous games, have started to experiment a little bit with potential role swaps and other stuff. Hasn't really had the effect that they were hoping for. Now we got Blaze as the main tank, played by Sir Ice Cream. Farlinder is locking in Tychus, which, by the way, is also a hero that we would have likely seen over on the side of the Hardos, or at least it's an option. They played it a lot in the past, on this map in particular. But here comes a double pick. Medivh, yes or no? That's the biggest question. For now, it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. Hazu is currently locking in Chromie. Chris on Hogger. And what is Nick gonna play? Anduin for the support. And Cassia. The father and son team! Oh my god, look at that. They're united again. So maybe Varian now can teach him a thing or two. You know, I mean, again, as far as, like, child education went, Varian must have been a pretty horrible dad, or Anduin is just a shitty son, one of the two, but he definitely didn't learn the lesson. So now Varian has finally another opportunity to show him the things that are important in life. Which side or which end to hold a sword on, for example, so that Anduin can stop throwing light around and can actually fight like a real man. Something along those lines. I mean, there's a lot, honestly, that we gotta do here. Yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. But we have our last pick, and that is Junkrat. So Junkrat and Tychus are coming in as the damage dealers. No Medivh pick for this one, as we're heading into game number 1, everybody. The Heroes of the Storm series starting up at the tournament here. The Hardos against Team SoundLess. Game number 1, Hardos against SoundLess. And on the left side, Bad Benny on Varian, Nick on Cassia. We got Yasuo. This is Yasuo's account. I talked about Hazu Ops and the account that he plays in this series, but I should have probably pointed out the support as well. If you watched the Rive Cup and other tournaments lately, then you know that already, but for everybody that doesn't know it, this is Yasuo's side account. So he's playing Anduin. We got Chris on Hogga, and as explained, Hazu Ops on the Toyohisa account playing Chromie. On the right side of the map, Team SoundLess with Nenopi on Tychus, Hydra on Leo, Shamsik on Lucio, Farlander on Junkrat, and Sir Ice Cream on Blaze. Alright, let's go. All the way up at the top. It's a trap. I don't think anybody is falling for this one, though. So, yeah. Bad Benny, again, like, honestly, the amount of variant plays from Bad Benny these days is ridiculous. I think he's playing variant probably 90% of the games lately. Yeah, like, okay, that trap kind of backfires. It's a big brawl at the top. 4 versus 3. It's nearly the end of Anduin, but now that they're bringing in Farlander, it seems like the blue team is also deciding that they don't really want to be here. And Anduin nearly fell. And in the meantime, Lucio was going up against Chromie at the bottom of the map, so a bit of a one-on-one setup between the two of them. But yep, off we go. We got the Austin's Renewal on level 1. Also stacking for Cassia. And it's time for the cams. 1 minute into the game. Once that we got those Khazra cams popping up, the siege cams. We're having both of the teams focusing on them. And then of course it's a question of which team takes the one at the bottom of the map. Who's able to pick this one up. Now that we're looking at this little setup here, we also got Chromie with a level 4. I mean, again, it's kind of the early game that you normally see on Infernal Shrines. We had one trap. It didn't really do anything. Both teams had more or less the same idea. But now it's the fight over the third camp, and the Hardos are going to make their engage here. As I said, Hardos are definitely the favorite for the series. They're the team that is supposed to win it, and they're one of the teams that you would expect to take one of the top 2 spots in the ranking. Now, the one thing that's kind of important here, and I talked about this, well, hold your horses. Junkrat, he gets out, and Leo makes it out too. Yeah, one of the things that I already talked about, but I want to highlight it again, is that it's super important for the teams, regardless of whether or not they win a series, that they at least lock a few map victories in. So for Team SoundLess, that is honestly the first step. They are coming in as the underdog. They are a team that on a good day can definitely throw a bit of a curveball to the Hardos. But their first objective should be, alright, let's get a couple of map wins here. If we all of a sudden feel we can get more than that, then hey, let's go for it and take them down. But even if you just lock in a map victory or 2, that matters at the end of the season a lot. Map wins are a big criteria, and since this entire Masters Clash setup is going to last for 14 weeks, and the teams are playing a lot of matches, these maps will matter a ton at the end of the regular season to who is getting into which position. So definitely important that you're not sleeping on that at the beginning, and we'll see how it plans out for them. But for now, we got our variant Taunt in action. Bigger they are on the other side. But Benny is trying to annoy the Ice Cream a little bit. But he already jets out. Hazu was waiting at the side here with Chromie, hoping that maybe with the taunt he could get some damage connected. So far that wasn't really the case here. But it's objective number 1 that really matters. And the Hardos are moving in, trying to not only get a kill, but also lock in the objective itself. That Benny hasn't used the taunt just yet. There's definitely follow-up available. But here we go. Top side gets defended a little bit by Hogga, and Chris is making his way in and can start pogging around, which is exactly what we're seeing. Gets stopped on the other hand. Chris gets attacked here. They're trying to make the play. The taunt, and not even close. 9 HP, and Chromie dies. Shamsik with 9 HP. Unbelievable. The kill attempt, and there it is. They're locking the Lightning Fury in. Blaze goes down, so does Leo. 29 to 24 spots, and the fight isn't over yet, but the level 7 that just dropped for the Hardos is giving them another advantage. Still the outside poke happening as Farlander is hoping to get some additional stacks together for the team. 32 against 33, but the blue team is starting to take the lead, and they are going for it. They take the Arcane Punisher. What a setup over here. Damn, son. Yeah, that was a bit crazy. That could have definitely backfired. After Lucio, Shamsik, was barely able to make it out, that could have been a huge problem there. So, not too bad. At this point, we got 34 to 14 stacks on the side of Varian and Cassia. The mid lane is getting attacked, and thanks to these arcane sentries, they might even be able to take the fort itself down. They get the kill against Junkrat, and that's fantastic. Nice engage with the taunt against the Squishy. Chromie says hello. Punisher also jumps in, and that's a kill, that's a fort, and that's a mad lead for the Hardos after just the first objective. Nice! Well done. Yeah, half a level lead right now, the opportunity to go for additional camps on the map, which they immediately take. And of course a kill count that is also quite neat. And with 38 stacks, that's fantastic for Cassia. 5 minutes in, 38. Very, very solid at stacking from Nick. So good damage output from him here. We got our level 7 talents now for both teams, but of course we're going to wait for those level 10s. 16,000 damage for Cassia already, and as you can see, she has taken a significant lead over everyone else in that setup. Farlander, nice move by him. If he doesn't check that side, then he could honestly fall to Varian. So that was a good move, but Benny was already close and thinking about trying to get some damage in. They're trying to go also now for the fountain at the top, and that one is really important. Chromie goes down at the bottom, so nice gank up on her. Lucio falls to the wall, but this is actually more important for the objective and for the outcome of the next big fight, because this is the fountain that will determine which team has a lead at the second shrine. And, well, they're going to take it down. With the help of the minions, they're going not only for the fort, but also for the fountain. So the Chromie kill was neat to get some experience for SoundLess, but they failed to save the top side fountain, and that means that they don't have sustain, whereas the blue team still has enough. And as the next objective spawns, that will matter quite a bit. Now, we're still seeing also our setup down here at the bottom. Chromie, by the way, has already died twice. So she went down 2 times. Here come the level 10 abilities for the 2. And that at least gives us Odin. I mean, we're talking a lot about the fountain, and that definitely matters. But then again, Tychus with Odin is kind of spectacular. So right now, here comes the little play straight up for the next camp, and they're stealing at least one of them away. Red team is getting a bit active at the bottom of the map. Hydra drops though. Throughout the Entomb here too, trying to zone them out a little bit. Obviously he's going to be back soon. Bad Benny, the bunker. And there it is, the shockwave against Shamzik. Not able to lock a kill in. They got close. Bad Benny himself also getting out. Hydra's of course respawning on site. And there we got our 5 kills to 2 now. With a slow rotation towards the top, you still have to think about your camps as well. Next objective is announced, and that means that we're gonna play for the next Punisher in just another moment. And since the top lane has already suffered a lot of damage, if the Hardos take Punisher number 2, then it does not only mean that the fort is gonna fall, but likely the wall at the keep gets also opened up. Which is not really all that great for you, because we're super early in the game still. So you don't want to expose your keeps already. If you lose a team fight, it could be a very easy move for keep and core once that happens. But now with the 51 stacks, Nyx is also getting in very, very strong damage. And he's probably going to stack it a lot more even here. So they're making their move now. We got Bad Benny already sitting at the side, looking for an opportunity to get a taunt. So drops it on Leo very early on. But Hazu wasn't ready for the damage, didn't connect anything here, neither did Cassia. They're still poking out the ice cream here with a few additional sand blasts that are getting dropped. And they already have a lead. No Odin has been dropped yet, so I'm not quite sure if Nanopi is just saving that up for the defense. Are they really going for it? Guys, they're so low. No fountain, you see the problem right here. They're getting poked into oblivion, they have no chance to recover the hit points. They're trying to turn it though, but Anduin against Leo with the immediate play. That's the beauty of having Anduin in your lineup, that whenever either on the other side there's a variant with a taunt or maybe even an entomb, he just comes in with a leap of faith and saves the target. So now Tychus uses his ult, but at a really weird timing. That thing is not going to do anything. They were hoping to get a kill, I suppose, but they didn't account for the trade to still be up on Variant's side. Now we have a talent advantage for the Hardos, and they're taking the fort down. An easy play straight up for the top keep. Horga is in the middle. He's going to maybe even rotate down to the bottom of the map if you're trying to secure some experience there. That's exactly what he's doing. Here comes the jump. Side wall is opened up. They're pushing them out. And they even lock the ice cream down for a moment, but there's no damage follow-up on it. The only thing that they're realistically trying to do here is, either way, to open the wall up, and they've already done that. Doesn't matter if that tower falls or not. It's so low, it doesn't really make a difference. So now down here, Chris is taking another camp, and they're just doing work. It's a 2-level lead now. And they're setting up traps too. They're baiting a little bit with Nick over here. They're just saying like, juicy, 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 kill that Cassia, go for it. Whereas Ando and Bad Benny are waiting at the sides. Nobody's really falling for that. The first thing that the red team wants is, of course, their own level 13 before they're making any moves, and good on them for waiting this one out. But yep, now there's only one fort left. And it's already exposed because the wall has been taken. So now they're making their play for it too. Take the fountain down first. Yeah, the Entomb misses. Jet Propulsion at least connects. But here comes the taunt against Blaze. And Team SoundLess is... they're getting toyed with a little bit here. It's getting real nasty. They're pretty much just the punching ball of the Hardos at this point. And the Hardos are hammering that punching ball without mercy. It's a 2-level advantage still, nearly level 16. That one's going to be next. 62 stacks now also for Nick as he gets another 2. And they are just doing work here. Stacking Cassia, dishing out the damage, poking them low with Chromie, making a play for Lucio. Shamzik boosts out towards the end. Reptile in the hopes to at least get some damage, maybe push Bad Benny back in, but the fort has fallen. Nick is getting attacked too. It's not looking pretty. I mean, he's even dropping Sound Barrier and Odin right now. And it's not even a level 16 talent lead that they have. So now the blue team might fall back, but the situation is already dire as is. Next objective is going to be announced soon too, and that means, of course, that he can make another play for a Punisher, whereas Chris is going straight up for the next camp. The team is already poking the mid lane a little bit. So, yeah, they're even trying to steal the camp away here, or at least posture around it. Now they got their level 16 talents, there's of course no reason not to. Static Electricity is in, we got the Headbanger, the Shifting Sands. 13, of course, was the timeout again for Chromie. And they're crushing. Absolutely crushing here. The 5-man is now moving to the top. Nick is easily still turning this around. And every single skirmish is helping him to get additional stacks in. He's sitting at 73 now. We're only 12 minutes in. There's a kill against Blaze. It's 46,000 damage on Cassia. She's doubling the damage output of Tychus. Doubling it. And now that they got the kill against Blaze, they can steal the camp away without a worry in the world. And of course the shrine is open too. Yeah. Again, the Hardos, they are one of the top candidates to take the number 1 or number 2 spot at the end of the season, and you can see why. Team SoundLess isn't bad. Not by any means. Like, these guys are actually solid. But this is still a massive difference, and I talked about this before. There is a gap between the top 4 in European Heroes of the Storm right now here at the Masters Clash and the teams at the bottom. On a good day, if you catch them a bit off guard, granted, yeah, you can do a lot here. But in game number 1 at least, it's not really happening. It would be a small miracle for Team SoundLess to make a comeback. But it could start with a kill against Nick. That's where it could start. But they missed the jet propulsion. There's the sound barrier. And Horga isn't here. 4 versus 5 battle, and Leo dies. And it's going to be way more than that. Yeah, they're going to get another one. So Ice Cream gets blocked. Gets body blocked hard, makes it out more or less, but here comes Bad Benny, 3 seconds for the next taunt. Hogga is now moving in after taking the Punisher, which moves through the top lane, through the mid lane. So Ice Cream nearly fell. They're opening this up a little bit, but I guess they're gonna rotate towards the mid lane just another second to make sure that they're getting the keep here. They are doing so well. It's nasty, it's crazy, it is disgusting. Another taunt, another kill, and they want the double and they get it. They come in with a double kill, the keep is about to fall, they're opening up the bot lane, they're going for Hydra again, Anduin is saving them. Hydra is low, the keep is down, they can go for core. He's trying to drop the Entomb to allow them maybe to get a kill, but it's just not happening. Leo is dead, and now they're just farming them and they're going for core. The Punisher jumps in, bam! That's the end of Blaze, or at least it should be. He's trying to get away, but Ninopi falls, Tychus is down, the only survivor is Blaze, but the core is gone. That is game. The Hardos with the 1-0 lead in the Heroes of the Storm best of 5.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, Tomb of the Spider Queen is the map again. I mean, duh! If you watched the Hardos play over the last couple of weeks, you probably anticipated that one already. The only way why they would not play Tomb is because the opponent banned it out earlier. Now, of course, that always hinges on the question, did the opponent's team pick and first ban? But normally that happens on this level of play, and then the other team takes the map. So yeah, the Hardos, since they won the last one, they go for the map choice. So now Gul'dan gets actually banned in the first spot. We get also an Uther ban coming in. Still a map where Medivh is something that you at least want to think about a little bit. But the Hardos just showcased how strong they really are, and they are crushing here. Now, Hazu changed his account, by the way. Now, another common question is, where's Hazu? Hazu and I, we have each other on real-life IDs, so that's why he's always listed in the draft as Dennis Schneider, but he's back on his Hazuops account, as you will see in the game. And Yasu is still playing that other one. I explained it on the first one, but, well, there we go. Okay, so we got the Medivh ban this time, and we also have a ban on Rexa, which oftentimes gets played on Tomb of the Spider Queen by the Hardos, together with Varian. I would assume that Varian is going to get played again. Now, with all of those bans coming through, it means that Chromie was open, and Team SoundLess took immediately advantage of that. So it's like, yeah, we're going to destroy a couple of the other parts of the composition that you normally play here. And take Chromie. Here comes Hogga for Nick. And are we gonna get... we get Tigers. Now, that also means that we have a third ban coming in before Bad Benny picks his frontline. I mean, this is still Tomb. So on Tomb, you have Jojo, that is quite strong. She was even banned in one of the previous series. Diablo can be played here. You still can play with... I mean, again, we got plenty of tanks around. Mei, Garrosh, you got so much here. But Varian has been played over and over again. And actually here, they steal it away. They're saying like, screw you. We are playing the Sniper Comp now. Sir Ice Cream comes in with a Varian pick, and we have Shamzik with Stukov. Okay, that kind of got interesting. Because now Team SoundLess is basically just saying, well, we're going to give you a taste of your own medicine. Problem is, can they execute it that way? That is a very, very different question. Now, Sonya gets banned. Could also leap in after a taunt, which is always kind of cool. But yep, now that we're having the next ban coming through, what are you banning here? I mean, you could even ban a Nubarak, honestly. A Nubarak is kind of Bad Benny's fallback option whenever Varian wasn't available to him. Could also ruin the combo with a bit of a Cocoon. But as I explained, there's so many other tanks at the front line that are still excellent here that it doesn't really make too much sense, I suppose. So we're likely going to see something different. And they're worried about Nick and his Carrigan. I guess at this point, Team SoundLess is just looking at the map and is thinking about it in the way of like, okay, what are we worried about here? Should you be worried about Carrigan when they have their setup? Probably not. Could she be the pick that ruins your entire day? For sure. So, yeah, we're not seeing Carrigan in this one. Another hero that was played a lot by the Hardos against Varian was, by the way, not a lot, but sometimes was Arthur's, but there's the Nubarak pick. Again, kind of talked about that a bit, is the fallback. Against Varian, Arthur's was played, but was mostly on Battlefield of Eternity. Now we got Yasu again with Anduin. And again, Anduin makes perfect sense here too, because in the last game you saw it mainly against Leorigan and Tomb. Now you have it against Varian, so whenever that taunt and then all of that damage comes in, the lurking up follow-up, you simply have a pull back out and you're gonna be Gucci. Last two picks incoming, and that's Hanzo and Malthael. Yeah, with last rights, that is a bit of a killer comp for sure. So they definitely should get some kills, especially after level 10. Now, around that, the last pick incoming. What are we gonna get from Chris now? Yeah. Last pick for Tomb of the Spider Queen. Map number 2, and it is a Thrall. Okay. Well, let's go. Tomb of the Spider Queen, everybody. The Hardos are in the lead. Team SoundLess, they want to bring it back now. Let's find out together if they can in our Heroes of the Storm Best of 5. First Playday of the Master / Tournament series. Well, let's go, everybody. The Hardos with a 1-0 lead in our Best of 5. We got Hazuops on Tigers, back on his main account, with Bad Benny on Nubarak, Nick on Hogga, Yasu on Anduin, and Chris is playing Thrall with a Trolling Thunder on level 1. Yeah, Team SoundLess on Tomb of the Spider Queen is playing with NOP on Chromie. We got Ice Cream playing Varian. Fallen on Hanzo, Shamzik on Stukov. And Hydra is playing Malthael. Well, get the party started, everybody. Beetles on level 1 are already in. No shocks with the builds just yet. Hogger is waiting a little bit. Nick is actually hogging it out this time. And is going for the Bones to Gnaw on level 1. Gonna see the Dumpster Fire at level 7 for the little synergy, probably. The Garbage Fire. Dumpstering around here. But yeah, let's go. So for now, Bad Penny is already trying to find an angle where he can get a stun set up. So they can maybe even get a kill. Beetles are kind of telling a bit though where he is. So yeah, I didn't turn that off. But yeah, this is one of the best maps for the Hardos. No doubt. This map is one where they always seem to excel no matter what combo is being played. Nick is eating some damage at the top. Of course, once that Ice Cream has his taunt, they're going to try and make the plays for the kills here. And they got to. I still can't remember the last time that the Hardos lost on this map. So it's gonna be interesting to see if maybe with a killer setup that Team SoundLess has drafted for this one, they can make it work here. At the bottom of the map, Hydra has already taken some damage, but they go for Chris. Nice slow, and he goes down. Side laner killed, nicely done. Farlander, he's jumping out with 99 HP. That's a good start for Team SoundLess. They get a kill, they prevent the mid laner from dying. Experience, well, gems is still the same. It's not like a lot were lost at the bot lane. Of course, the solo laner is going to have a fair amount of gems as the game continues, but this is still so early in the game that it's not really making a big difference, I think. But again, you got a bit of a lead, maybe an experience here. You gain a bit of momentum on the map. You kind of make a few moves. So, yeah, it's good for that end. They are committing with 4 heroes now at the bottom of the map for the camp, and they're going to get those siege giants. Then again, the push is already set up in the middle with the cruiser camp taken by Team SoundLess, so that's that for them. All the way up at the top. Hoga is still poking this one out. They're playing the 1 versus 1 here. But here's the level 4. And this is where the party starts. This is where you have taunt available. Doesn't mean that you have to force the issue on level 4 and just like desperately look for kills, but it's where you can start to do it. Yeah, trying to go for Chris here. And Chris played it smart and safe because he knows fully well what's going on there. This is honestly one of the things that was always a trademark of Chris and his play, that he was a very, very safe player. One of the reasons why he oftentimes in HGC and just generally speaking ended up with some of the top damage numbers was that he dies very, very rarely. He's playing it incredibly safe. If he needs to sit patiently on a mount on the side, he is going to do that. And so, yeah, you'll see that a lot from him, that he's very difficult to gank up on. Now, Hanzo dies at the top, so in this case, yeah, that was a nice one. We are maybe even seeing another move in the middle as Nick is hogging it out, but yeah, we can't follow up with a kill there. Especially after Chris and AD already played together, positioning on Chris's side got way better too, and not only when it came to him playing defensive and not dying, but also dishing out the damage. So definitely one of the assassin players that knows how to play it slow, safe, and then just like dish out the damage when you have an opportunity for that. But anyways, at that point we have Shamzik starting to come in. Hogger in the middle has already died, and they're going for another one. Damn, that fight was way bigger. So Malthael dies too, kill for a kill over here. 2 kills to 2, and so far so good. So the rotation all the way up to the top, and yep, that's the level 7 talent. And whoa, okay, Maelstrom weapon. Color me intrigued. No Ancestral Wrath on Thrall is usually a meme. Because Ancestral Wrath does not only give you a nuke, it gives you survivability, and it is an insane talent. An absolutely insane talent. And this one over here is normally not something that you can really stack to a level where it makes a difference. So that's a really interesting choice from Chris now. I want to see how much he can get out of this one. For the solo lane, it might become an interesting option. But not having Ancestral Wrath usually ends up with you having some serious problems. Now, Stukov dies, and the blue team is again farming. I mean, oh my god. That could be a total disaster. But Farlander gets the kill against Nick at least. They're still dropping Malthael. Thrall dies too. Yeah, and they go for a Nubarak and drop him as well. Now, that one was an interesting kill towards the end there. But yeah, that one was very, very interesting. So that is more than a little bit weird. Yeah, Maelstrom weapon. I mean, honestly, this is the first time that I see that talent taken in an actual competitive match on that level. But look at that team fighter at the end of it. Especially when Bad Benny dives out. Huge problem right there. Bam! So 5 kills to 4 now. And yeah, we're going to see how it's going to work out for Thrall. But again, that is definitely not meta. Not even close to it. I can't even remember the... Like, honestly, I have never seen this talent picked in high-level play. Not even once. So I could even see that he misclicked it. This is something that you would take in Storm League or something, you know, where you can just like get a lot of stacks in, where you can go around a little bit more. But in competitive play, that has never been a thing. But again, maybe you can get enough value out of it to change things up a bit, so we'll see. For now, they are going for Bad Benny here, and the amount of damage that we're seeing from Team SoundLess is actually getting a bit crazy. Getting the first Web Weaver over here is also helping them to push to level 10 a bit faster, and it might even empower them to get some more structures taken down. But they are kind of a little bit hesitant whether they want to go for the mid or the bot lane at this point. So, yeah, 8 stacks early on already for them. Now, one of the problems, obviously, that we have is that with all the kills that came in against the Hardos, they lost a lot of gems. I mean, if you compare the gem count, even after the turn-in and their first Web Weaver wave, we still have 16 gems in the hands of Team SoundLess. And, well, the Hardos are trailing behind. Now, they have lost quite a few. They also killed a lot of targets here, so it's not like it was... they didn't gain anything from it, but there's the play and the kill. Malthael, no! He survives! The arrow saved his ass! Finally he goes down, didn't drop his ult, could have maybe helped him to chip in a bit of damage, and the camp gets stolen away after all. Nick gets kind of pushed away a bit and into the range of the 4 shots, but they can't drop him, so there's that. Another thing is, honestly, that Thrall hasn't really gotten any additional stacks on his level 7 ever since he started to pick it up. Once that he took it, he immediately got 8, and since then nothing happened. The turn-in here for the Hardos, on the other hand, that is really... I mean, with the kill against Malthael in particular, it's a nice setup for them to get some damage done on those lanes. And again, I want to stress it once more. This is one of the best maps for the Hardos. They've played crazy games here, and now they're doing the same thing again. They might not really have gotten as many kills as they usually do, or at least not a kill lead like they normally do here, but as you can tell, the bottom fort has now fallen. They're still pressuring the top. The wall has been opened up here. In the middle, we've seen some damage against the fort now too. There's the lockdown. Chris is moving in. Hydra's completely alone. Completely alone, and he gets dropped. Yeah, he ran right into them. In a setup like this, a fort doesn't mean that you're safe. They can still dive it, especially if there are minion waves around, so that's another kill against Malthael. He's not having a good time here. And now in the 5 versus 4 situation, you know exactly what they're going to do. They're capitalizing on the numbers advantage, go for the fort, and can, of course, now easily ensure that, yeah, they're dominating with a level 13 talent for a much longer time. That 13 talent is going to come in very soon. They can even go for another turn and then try and push with it. Whereas we have Harzobs already at the bottom of the map going straight in for this one. But yeah, so there we go. 14,000 damage for Hogger. Thrall is doing fairly well. Hogger, by the way, is down. That's 25 gems lost. And down at the bottom of the map, Chris is still going one-on-one with Hydra. Which, honestly, Hydra probably shouldn't do, because you don't want to give Thrall additional stacks. Again, that's one of the big differences between competitive and what you're seeing in uncoordinated plays in Quick Match and Storm League, that players usually don't give you an opportunity to stack anything if they don't have to, if there's no value to be had out of it. But yeah, so for now, we got the level 13 talents in, and now they can play around that advantage even further. Tychus, he's of course also still waiting to get some damage out. For now, it's just all about the mercenary camp going for the bruiser camp over here. Yeah, Yasuo is going to be completely fine with this, but here's the 13 on both sides now. And you might have realized that the blue team didn't even turn in. So now that we have the turn-in coming together for the red team, that's a different story. They have to kind of commit everything they have. Honestly, they don't have enough gems yet, so that's a problem. But, yep, there we go. After Nick died, the blue team is now also lacking the gems to get the turn-in completed. But here's the play for Chromie and for Shamzik. He's down. Chris wants to go for the Chrome Star. The timeout is only going to delay it. It is absolutely inevitable. She is going to die. Chromie is down. That's a double kill. That's a play for the boss all the way up at the top. No problem whatsoever here. Nice moves, nice plays, and yeah, solid job. So they did a really nice move with the double kill. They get the better position on the map, and they use it immediately to ensure that they're getting not only the boss, but if they pick up a few additional gems, they can then also go straight up to the turn-in point and get a Web Weaver wave secured as well. So there's definitely a couple of additional options that they have now to even, I mean, again, to further their advantage even more. But Hydra's turning in at the bottom. That's actually kind of sneaky play. We've seen that a lot where you're trying to just get a Web Weaver wave through so that you can defend the boss. In this case, it's not really happening here, but we'll see exactly what they can do with this. Because the boss at the top should be... Oh, they get the arrow. There's the Sundering, last rites, and Chris is dead. Honestly, this is an example where Ancestral Wrath would have probably given him the kill against Hydra and maybe even helped him to survive. But of course, you are trading that survivability for the added damage that you're getting now out of this. And Malthael still... What the hell is happening? There's too many kills that should just not happen. I mean, Hogger up at the top, that's one thing. But that we now have Malthael dying at the bottom after initially surviving that little showdown with Chris, that is kind of nuts. I mean, he must have known that someone would come for him eventually. 10 kills to 8. Now we got the Tempest Fury. You want to try and get some synergy with your level 7 talent here, of course. We now got 10 kills to 8. 16 to 15 and a half. Web Weavers have, of course, been defended. And with Chris dying, that's a lot of gems down the drain again. So once more, the Hardos are looking at... Yeah, well, only 37, so that's far away, far removed from another turn-in. Damage output right now, what are we gonna get? We have 24,000. Thrall is with 3 kills, still sitting at 22,000 damage, so good for him. Camps are currently taken, so they're starting to make their play for the camp over here. Getting this one locked quite easily. Bad Penny, yeah, they sniff him out. With Epicenter as a level 16 talent, he has, of course, a big opportunity to come in and get some damage connected. Oh, but at least set the kill up. We have a very kill-heavy game, by the way. 18 kills in 12 minutes. You can really tell that both teams are going for a bit of a killer comp. Nice move by Bad Benny, just as Ice Cream was coming in and dropping a potential taunt. So now they're making the play again. They're looking for Nick, who died 4 times in this game already. Level 16 talents on both ends. Cocoon is out. The arrow connects with Hogger. They're trying to save Malthael, who has 1 stack now towards his level 10. And has his last rights up, so he could drop it once more if he really needed to. But, well, let's see what we're gonna get now. Yeah, because they are making another play for the Siege Giants here. And with Harzop still in Odin form on Tychus, that's another thing that they could definitely do here. Another approach is coming. They want those Giants, and they get those Giants. 37 gems against 27 right now. Blue team is working on the turn-in. Here we go. That's the moment of truth. Already coming through with another Hogger Pogger move. So Ice Cream, careful. He has the engage. The stun against Malthael. Gets removed quickly, and they're trying to bring it back. Nick is eating quite a few of those sand blasts. That's a lot of poke damage that's coming in. Still a 1.5 level lead for the team in blue. And they're getting closer and closer to another turn-in. Chris is dropping the 8 gems that he has into the mix, and Harzops is likely going to do the same. So this time they're playing it safer. They're ensuring that all the gems that they have are going to be turned in, so that there's no attacks against them. They can easily drop that. But, well, at the same time now, top side, Malthael. He's going to bring this back, isn't he now? Making sure that that keep doesn't fall, because that thing is just way too exposed. And the blue Web Weavers are coming down. And take another close look at the minimap. It's actually kind of scary, because right now there's not a single fort that has been taken out. It's one of the main problems of Team SoundLess. They have on every single lane a fort and a fountain against them, so any battle over a turn-in point in the middle of the map is played out at a disadvantage against them. The opponent's team can always move back, always try to make a play around it, just top up at the fountain and then re-engage. They can't. So now here we have 10 kills to 8, 19 to 17, and it is time to go. The top keep, they're sacrificing it. They're not even trying to defend. They know that this one's going to fall. But they're still trying to hold on to the one in the middle. And the Hardos are pushing. The Hardos are in a spot where they're just saying, guys, we can get closer to level 20. We can maybe even drop another keep. The first one has fallen. Open at least the walls up on both of them. And then we can make a move later on in the game. And that's exactly what they're currently going for. Right here, they're looking at a level 20. It's soon going to drop. and then they might be able to take keep number 2. Hazops, he's popping Odin. He's not waiting for the big red button. They want to have the opportunity here. Minions are being taken down. Still a bit of poke damage also coming in from Thrall. Tychus has by now taken over the top damage in the game. Hasn't died once. Actually, Hanzo is a little bit ahead of him. Chromie is also in close third. But there's the level 20 talents now. And that, of course, gives us the Glyph of Faith right away. So with that, we got now massive tools for Anduin to help them in those fights. We got the rewind, and they go for boss right away. 5 versus 5, who cares? Who cares about the 5 versus 5? I mean, seriously, at this point, you have the advantage in talents. You can go for boss, and of course, they're going to try and use it to end the game. The only counterplay for the red team is the opportunity to turn in, get the web weavers, and then maybe somehow save this. But I don't really think that the Hardos are going to care about that. And they don't even have enough gems. Oh, Farlender wasn't there for the turn-in. Farlender couldn't turn in, and now they have to face off against that boss at the top lane, and it is going to be an absolute disaster. Level 20, there it is, here comes the push, and we're 16 minutes in. The boss is not super strong, but of course they're going to try and end the game here. Nick is already hogging it out. Yeah, Chromie is getting some damage with the Sandblast, but still, at the end of the day, they need some kills, they need them quickly. But the boss is melted down. The boss is melted down, and that, wow, that was nearly a kill. Nice bubble from Yazu. The core is still falling, but the boss is already gone. Chris coming in with a Sundering, trying to drop Farlander over here, and he might get the kill. Bam, that's one, and they're going for the rest of the team too. After Hanzo, Stukov falls. 40% on the core. Chromie is dead, and they are locking in victory number 2 in this Heroes of the Storm series of the Masters Clash. Nicely done, the Hardos, with a big play on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Towers of Doom. Map number 3, the 2-0 lead for the Hardos. They are going ham in this one. We got Chromie now banned out. This time apparently they want to take it first. This could be the last map also in this particular series. I mean, again, we have one of the top teams going up against, I would say, like number 5, number 6 in the standings at the end of the season probably. Obviously, this is still the first Playday, so a lot of this is just based on the qualifiers and on the Rive Cup that we had recently. So we'll see. For now, Sonya gets banned out. And the Hardos just proved once more that on Tomb they are just absolutely incredible. The ban on Medivh is happening, and this could be a Vikings play for Hydra. I honestly want to see if they're locking the Vikings in. By now it's just Hogger, which has been taken by the Hardos now twice. But this is a map where Hydra likes to play the Vikings, and honestly, given that they are currently getting absolutely crashed, they might try and go for it. Varian as usual for Bad Benny, that doesn't change, and we got Lucy together with it. Now, I don't really know how much mind gaming is gonna happen here. Maybe Hydra is looking at this and like, they didn't ban the Vikings, maybe I should play them. But then maybe he's also saying like, you know what? Let's don't pick it, and then other teams will watch the series, will analyze it, and then we can just simply pick them against other teams because they don't ban it anymore. So there's that. But yeah, so we got Hogger, we got Arthas. Again, he's being played oftentimes as a bit of a counter against Varian too, and it works kind of nicely. But, well, what else are we getting? Because now it's ban time, and what are they going to try and get rid of? I don't really think that the Vikings ban is going to happen at this point anymore. With Hogger and Arthas already taken and Cassia, that doesn't make any sense. So Anna gets banned instead. And what else are we gonna get from them here? Well, there's a MyF ban. Stukov is up. Well, yeah, you got Lucy already, but we've seen some double support setups. Either way, you want to have some burst damage around this. Anna's banned, Cassia is taken. So, let's see. What are we gonna get for Hazel? And what are we gonna get for Nick? Nick, by the way, with the Hogger ints on the last map. But yeah, there's Leo. I shall suffer. Getting a little bit of that wave clear in on the top and the mid lane for them. And the Entomb for later on. Tychus, okay, for Hazu. That leaves Nick as the odd man out right now. So our X-Factor play here. Whereas the last 2 picks are coming in for Team SoundLess. Again, for them, a map win would be worth a lot here. Even if they don't go for the full reverse sweep and take the Hardos down, just simply taking a map would be a big step towards a good position at the end of the season here. Zeratul and Brightwing. Alright, so they're going really aggressive on this one. They can change any situation on a lane very quickly with Zeratul moving in and Brightwing portaling on the target. So that's a good setup. But, yep, let's go. Well, last pick. Nick! Towers of Doom. Could be the last map. It is Abathar! Abathar Varian. Alright, this is going to be a special one against the Zeratul setup here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go! We got the Hardos against Team SoundLess Towers of Doom, our 3rd map in this series. Let's get the party started. Game number 3 in our Heroes of the Storm best of 5. The Hardos against Team SoundLess, and the team in blue has a 2-0 lead. The favorite to take it with Harzops on Abathar now on our 3rd map, Towers of Doom. We got Chris on Leoric, Bad Benny on Varian, Nick on Tychus, and Yasu is playing Lucio. On the right side of the map, Team SoundLess with Hydra on Hogga. We got Sir Ice Cream on Arthas, Nanopi on Zeratul, Shamzik on Brightwing, and Farlander is playing Cassia. Alright, also we got the build for Zeratul with Might of the Narazim on level 10. So no Void Prison shenanigans in this one. And Hazu is going straight up for the Envenomed Nests over here. If you go for a Toxic Nest with Abathar, he is a pain in the butt. Because you're going to have those things all over the place. They're going to slow rotations down, making it really difficult for the opponent. Hydra, talking about making it difficult. Yep, he goes down. That is the end of Hogga immediately. Nicely done. And, well, as it stands, we got some stacks coming together for Cassia at least. Maybe even a kill against Chris. Oh, 30 HP. And Chris gets out. Trade value not activated. Instead, they're going for Nick and he dies. Yeah, Nick is going down, and they're walking back Benny down over here. But they can't get the kill, and Arthas went a little bit too deep. That was too optimistic. They were thinking they could get the kill, but instead he just ran into the towers, into hard. So that was a quick kill on them. Same time now, at the bottom of the map, we already have our 2-man setup with Shamzik and Farlander. Hogga is starting to take the camp all the way up at the top. But yeah, this is 2 kills against 1, so nicely done by... I mean, a nice brawl in the middle here. Haven't really seen anything crazy yet. I want to see how Hazu starts to build after his level, with level 4 and level 7 and everything here. Because he definitely has a chance to make some plays around the Toxic Nest if he wants to. They're trying to invade even. Alright, I don't think they can get this one. Hazu dodges out on the Howling Blast, so that could have been a problem for them. That could have been a big problem for him for sure. So at this point, Nick with his Tychus plays. We got still Leo at the top. I mean, even Abathar is helping out a little bit. Lucio's pissing everybody off in the mid lane. It's just being a nuisance as usual. But needs to be careful too, because, yeah, he's actually playing around the Abathar Toxic Nest. Nick goes down again. They're farming Nick again. Nick is just going for the endless in sometimes. But here's the taunt now, and that's where Bad Benny becomes dangerous. But you could really tell how Yasu, who is, by the way, also nearly going down, but barely saves himself here. And so Ice Cream, is he going to die again? No, this time they come in and they actually save him. Instead, Bad Benny takes a bit of a beating. But yeah, teams are super aggressive here. And there it is. Prolific Dispersal is now in. So you could see that Yasu was playing a lot around the Toxic Nest. So whenever he is just trying to annoy somebody, all of a sudden Hazu is placing some of those nests nearby. And then whenever there's some trouble brewing, Yasu is just retreating straight into the Toxic Nests. And that is going to make it much easier for him to escape. Maybe he can even set a kill up. So they're going to do that a lot throughout the game. And also kudos to Yasu for really playing so well around them. At this point, 2 kills to 2, level 6 coming in for both. The top left, top right exchange in Bell Towers. Harzops is actually getting this one, which allows the team to contest the one at the top right. And yeah, they might have to take this now, because at the bottom of the map, Team SoundLess already locked one in. So Hydra over here gets away. Yeah, so aggressive around this. I don't know if they can take this one though. They might actually end up in a 1 versus 2 situation. Yeah, Nick down here. They want to go for him again. Nick dies for the 3rd time. 3 kills and all of them against Nick. Every single one of them. Well, here we go. Changing the MO a little bit. Still a kill as Yasuo comes in with Lucio and takes Cassia down. And honestly, he might bonus more. So Ice Screaming is also dead. Yep. That's a 2-for-1 setup in favor. A 2-for-2 setup, actually. It's not over yet. Damn, they're aggressive in this one. Mad brawls all over the place, seriously. Now, typical Zeratul build for a European game again. And here comes the level 7, the Vile Nest. It's actually one of the main reasons why Hazu probably goes for that build, is that in this case he doesn't need Mule. On most other maps, Mule is more or less mandatory, not so much here. And yep, welcome to Toxic Nests, one of the big problems. Had to save him, and they turn it, or they try at least, but he gets out. Zeratul also getting real close to dying. It's actually a real fun game. There's a lot of cool stuff happening. A lot of it centered around either Lucio, Zeratul, or the Toxic Nest that we're seeing from Abathur here. But if you don't have to go for your Mule, then going into a Toxic Nest build like this is actually kinda nice. So yeah, it's actually pretty cool. For now, 18 stacks also on Cassia. The damage output that we're having from her is sitting at 12k. That's the same amount that we have on Abathur's side. Abby is even a little bit above her. And they're going for the bot lane again. Level 10 is of course going to change a lot here. That's going to make the thing real interesting. Yeah, and all the way up at the top, there we go for the camp. So trying to get the structure damage in. It's a single altar now. Bottom of the map, they're already fighting a 3 versus 3 brawl, where Cassia can stack a little bit more. Farlander gets some assistance from Brightwing here now too. But the altar is coming up and now they have to make a choice. I mean, top side, Leo's still holding the experience for them. There's a slight lead for Team SoundLess. So the 10 abilities of course become quite important, but they shouldn't really play a role for this one. But they're trying to go for it. And here's the Toxic Nest. Get taken down immediately. So Hazu wasn't able to set anything up, but he's trying again. Interrupt, yep, with a death coil. Good for them. And they're still trying to take this. I mean, more heroes of the blue team are now starting to move in. He gets another interrupt going. And Abby is still sitting in the middle, helping them also to catch experience at the top lane every now and then. So there's that. Because right now, you want to lock this one in. 22 stacks for Cassia, 12 stacks for our Arthur's player. And they're trying to zone them a little bit further. And this time, Nick locks it in. Nice. Just as the level 10 talents drop into their hands. And there it is. The might of the Nerazim is in. And off we go with the copy on Abathur, of course. The shockwave for Hogga in this game. No Hordepole this time. And Hydra is already sitting at the side here as they are looking for another battle. Because Yasuo is just zipping in and trying to get the Ice Cream pushed out of position a little bit for the rest of the team to follow up on. But they are rotating Hogga and Zeratul already into mid and top lane. But the problem again, rotation, it is such an annoying thing for Hydra. Like, he has to go through there. I mean, I guess he can take the safer path, and the slow path at the end of the day would probably be the same speed. But Abathur is controlling all of these areas so well, that makes him such a nuisance, because you just don't have the traditional rotation. You are getting slowed down when you want to join up with the team, and it's happening just time and time again here. And that's why this build can be such a problem. Now, the camps are up again, and the teams are going to try and make their play for them in an attempt to take those bell towers at the bot lane down. We have 4 kills to 4, and with Nanopi getting attacked even in the mid lane, Brightwing helping out, could have been a 5th kill already. But both of them take their camp. Yeah, there's a close call over here. Could still see a taunt from Bad Benny, but he's currently on cooldown, so has to wait this out a bit. And here we go, another big fight already just around the corner as they're trying to make the play in, and there's the first kill. Lucio is down, nicely done. They're following it up with a number 2, at least they're attempting to do that. Bad Benny gets dropped as well, Hazorps on the copy, but they're going for Nick. Copy is dropped, and that is a big win at the bot lane for Team SoundLess. 6 kills to 4 now, still that leading experience that we talked about earlier. And thanks to that, they can get the channel in the middle and even a few pumpkins connected with the wall. So 4 shots are being fired over here, 28 to 32 now. Bot lane is open. No real threat to the bell tower yet. But of course, that's something that they're working on as we speak. And here we go. Level 13 talents popping up next. And those 2 kills were quite important over here. And the Abathur setup is, I mean, again, it's annoying, but it's not really working out the way that they want to just yet. At this point, we're looking at 24,000 damage for Abathur, by the way. 28,000 for Cassia. And the level 13 talents are ready for Team SoundLess. Blue team is rotating in an attempt to take Hogger down. That one didn't work, and of course them abandoning the bot lane means that there's a chance for Team SoundLess to push this in further and try to, I mean, not take the bell tower, but at least do a bit of damage. That's also why Arthas is sitting at the side here, because he's trying to anchor the play, make sure that nobody can flank them. But now he gets taunted, and that is maybe even a kill? Not yet. Abathur's helping out as much as possible, but they needed Chris or someone else here. Another damage dealer, and they couldn't really get that in time. So now we got 13 talents on both sides, which gives us more drain with the unyielding despair over here. And Hogger is still at the top. So he's going to go for the next pumpkin camp right there. And at the bottom of the map, the double altar is now coming up. Alright, time to party. I mean, again, this one is going to be the next big team fight. We're having even talents again. And yeah, this is going to tell us a bit how this is going to go. Towers of Doom was always a comeback map. Always has been. Probably always will be. Unless that Blizzard has some fantastic ideas again that nobody wanted. But, yep, off we go. Wouldn't that be fun? Blizzard, after saying they're going to rework some of the maps, now all of a sudden rework the maps that work. You think you want Blackheart's Bay and Haunted Mines to be reworked, but you don't really. We know what you really want. Let's rework all the other stuff so there's shit too. Alright, so there's the play. Single man sound barrier has been used. There's the army already getting dropped. The shockwave. That one didn't hit anything, by the way. Both of the altars are still up, and bam, Yasuo is down. So Ice Cream is low and on the run, but he makes it out. They're dropping the copy of Abathur. There's Odin for Nick, but the blue team is already on the defensive. They're trying to get a counter kill that would give them even numbers again, but it is not looking pretty at this point. Everybody on the red team side can still move away. Can simply just say, okay guys, let's come in, make sure that we're topping our hit point pool off a bit before we re-engage into the fight, and then try for the double channel here. But they go for Nick again too, and Nick is way too far out, so he gets dropped. That's a staggered death. Chris was able to get one altar. That's the best case scenario for them here. Still trying to play this out and get some damage connected. Can they kill him? They should be able to with Brightwing coming in. There's the polymorph and trade value activated. Yeah, at the same time, there's a quick poke against Bad Benny, and guys, it is really starting to look like Team SoundLess might lock in the map. Because we are looking at level 16 talent advantages in just a moment. They're slightly ahead on the objective, but, well, they are. Bad Benny gets attacked, comes back in, goes down, staggered death after staggered death. The sound barrier is too late. Hydra misses another shockwave as they're looking for a kill. And, well, there's at least Leori coming back with another Entomb. Nano P goes down, though. I mean, honestly, Lucio is just pissing them off 6 days to Sunday. That guy is so annoying. Like, Yasuo is just speeding around the entire time. But, again, Nick is just dying. He's five kills against Tychus. He's getting farmed. At this point, Nick is just turning into an oversized minion. They take the bell tower at the bottom. Now the play for Lucio, and finally Yasuo dies. 12 kills to 6. 12 kills to 6. Right there. They got it. And at this point, now we got our 6 to 12. And, well, what else can they do here? Triple altar phase. 2 heroes down for another 20 seconds. Yasuo will be back just in time, I suppose, but 2 of those altars should end up in the hands of Team SoundLess. Well, it's even talents. It's at least even talents. But they're going for the channel. Chris at the top left, down at the bottom. Here we go. Hydra is getting this one channeled, and then they're going to fall back to the top right in an attempt to get it 2. That's 10 shots fired. 5 shots connect, bam, 19 to 25. And over here, yeah, they're letting this one go. I don't think they can do a whole lot here. Maybe there's a chance for the blue team to come down now and try and retake the bell tower. Nick is already working on that, but the channel is happening. That's another 5 shots fired as they're attempting to reclaim, and that drops them down to 14. 14 to 25 now. Yeah, Nano P is still dishing in the damage against Yasuo. 51,000 damage for Cassia, by the way. 51,000, 43,000 for Abathur. Damage output so far, so good. But again, Nick, 5 deaths on him. He is getting punished in this game. Damn. And of course, they're still looking at the middle here. The bell tower control at the bottom is amazing. I mean, this is the most important lane on the entire map because 2 of those pumpkin camps travel through the lane and can threaten the core directly. So there's that. But well, with this being said, we got now 6 kills to 12. And also, the only one that hasn't died yet, by the way, is Abathar and Brightwing. The Slug and the Fruit Fly, the only 2 that haven't died yet. Okay, so they're trying to protect the bot lane again. 60 stacks for Cassia, but the bell tower gets retaken at least. So Ice Cream, they're turning it onto Nick, but there's the kill. Nick is dead, but so is Arthur's. The bell tower gets reclaimed. They're playing around it. They're taking the copy of Abathar down instantly. A quick focus and it's gone. So a kill for a kill, but the bell tower has been taken. Double altar back up on the map, and the experience gap is actually getting bridged. The Hardos are coming back, and at least in experience, and that's retaking the bell tower. This has always been a comeback map, as I said. So if you win the late game, then that is great for you. But we should see the 1-1 trade on the 2 altars at the top, unless of course we see a few more kills coming in. That might change things. Abathar could channel 1. Abathar's actually moving into channel 1 because he sees all the entire fight happening. So Abby is moving in. Harzorps is going to claim this one. And Brightwing is now moving to the top right to get the channel set up here as well. So it's going to be 4 shots against 4 shots. Even Steven, 10 points against 21. With a bit of a lead in experience for the red team, which could very well lead to an early level 20. So yeah, there we go. Hydra gets attacked down here. They're starting to make the play for them again. 10 is already in. And off we go. It is party time. 1 steal on the camp. Their own is still up, so they could take it too. This is the best chance that Team SoundLess had in this entire series to win a map. By far. By far. They're playing so much better here. They're playing finally on eye level with the Hardos, and they are even ahead. If they can lock a map win in, that would go a long way. As I explained earlier, it's super important to lock in a couple of maps, especially against the strong opponents. Even if you can't take the series itself, if you can distinguish yourself by just winning a few of the maps, then you're in a great spot. And who knows, if you take 1 game, maybe you can snowball this. Maybe you can snowball it. Get a little bit further, try and take map number 4, bring it to a 5th game. But for now, it's all about winning game 3. And here's the level 20 talents. Level 20 talents are in Invisible Friends for Brightwing, the only kind the Fruit Fly has. And on top of that, we now get again the Death's Advance, plus the Power Spike, Shockwave upgrade. Another double at the top. Another double setup all the way up at the top. And here comes the level 20 for the Hardos. Abathar and Burning Despair in this case. Burning Despair against the setup. Playing it out with that. Trying to go for some additional damage. And Hydra is down. Oh my god, the Hardos. Can they turn it here? They come in for the kills. Do they get more? So Ice Cream is on the run. Nano P is low. And Yasu is just chasing them again. Oh my god, he gets the kill in against Cassia too. We talked about what a massive pain in the ass Lucio can be with an Abathar, and he's just nuts. He's at 48,000 damage. 48,000 damage for Lucio. Now they go for boss. They just took a double altar as the shots are hitting, and if they take the boss too, and there's nobody there to stop them, they're going to be in the lead on the objective. It's going to be 10 against 9 points. And there they go. They take it. 4 shots fired. Bam. Goodbye to the lead in points. SoundLess is down to the single digits now. Brightwing still the only one that hasn't fallen. Unbelievable. So yeah, right now we got at the top the push coming in. Here we have it, taking the bell tower down. So they are pressuring on all ends now. They've started to take a lead in experience. Not that it matters after level 20 all that much anymore. Obviously, the stats advantage is still nice, but it's not that important. But they've now taken the bell tower lead. They've taken the lead on points on the core. And they can also start to take those pumpkins and maybe even push for the control of the bottom bell tower. They're already trying to do exactly that. Yeah, great setup. We already had our first series. The Donuts, they performed as expected. Team Hardos, they are trying to do the same thing here. And it is looking good for them. Bit of an invade. They still know that Pogga is up at the top. Got Abatha here. There's nothing to stop them from taking this. They have the numbers advantage right now. Yeah, and they're taking that. I don't think that the red team is going to fight for this one. As aggressive as the Russian-Ukrainians are, they usually don't go for this one. Yeah, and of course, that's only one that's get claimed. It's a single altar that comes up now. One single altar. Nobody's going to be able to end anything here. But a single altar up on the map could very well give another big advantage to one of the teams. Especially, of course, if the Hardos lock it in. That would mean that another boss wins the game for them. Yeah, there's Odin already taken. That channel interrupted with a shockwave. Here's the big play. The big red button already getting used. And Hazu is firing. But it is Lucio that dies. Hydra that again, he's getting taunted and he drops as well. Nick is able to do the damage here. Hazorb's doing what he can with the assist here on Abatha. But they are just starting to crush this fight. Yeah, Farlander is low, so Ice Cream is on the run. Everybody is desperately trying to escape here. Another taunt connects with Brightwing, and the Fruit Fly is down for the first time in this game. Worse than that, bot lane has taken a lot of damage. Bot lane has taken a ton of damage. And now they're connecting the shots. Chris gets it. 5 shots fired. Bam, 4 points to 10. When the boss is back up in 2.5 minutes, well, first of all, probably the game's over by then. But even if it isn't, that one could end the game. One more altar and you win the game too. And they're taking another bell tower at the bottom. Are they going to get the barrage started by controlling all of them? I don't think so. But it doesn't matter. It's all about the next altar setup that comes up. And of course, you look at the stacks and we have 104 stacks now for Cassia. Cassia's crushing the damage numbers. She's at 89,000. I mean, she's closing in on the 6 digits now. But we have a double altar coming up next. And even the Slug could try to just burrow in and sneak in. If you're focusing the attention in a 5 versus 4, 5 versus 5 around one of the bell towers, and then all of a sudden the Slugger just burrows down to the bottom and channels one through, you could lose the game there. So this is a bit of a disaster. So Ice Cream is trying to clear all of those toxic nests. They have been a pain in the ass the entire time. Yeah, but here comes the next play for Arthurs. Oh, Brightwing. Brightwing with a save, at least for now, but the fight continues in the choke point, more or less, and they're all low. So Ice Cream is low. Leo's the first one to die, but the question is, can they trade him? And Chris... No, they cannot. Chris is dead, but he's going to be back soon, and the altars are activating. They're trying to get more kills. But instead, if they get to Ice Cream, that would be such a big step for the Hardos. No, but maybe Bad Benny is going to fall now. That would be the dream. If they... Yes, they take him. Bad Benny is down. That is the dream for SoundLess. They are able to get their kill. That's 2 down. Leo is back soon. Losing him wasn't a problem. Losing Variant, that's a very, very, very different story. So right now, with 100,000 damage already on Cassia, there's the chance for the double altar play to finally get it. The Entomb connects though. The Entomb connects and the kills. No! Brightwing, Cassia, both down. They go for the rest of them. So Ice Cream is about to drop Leo. Oh my god, the 5-man wipe. And it is game, everybody. Unbelievable. What an insane fight at the end of the game. This ends our Heroes of the Storm series at the Masters Clash Playday 1 as the Hardos lock in the 3-0 against Team SoundLess.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.